All right, you guys want to do some vocal exercises?
Oh,
Red leather, yellow leather. Okay, let's get this shit started.
Did you say rally? What did you just say to me?
Red
red,
leather,
yellow,
yellow
leather.
leather. Yeah, red
Red,
leather.
What?
yellow,
What did you
red,
call me?
The
red,
sleet
leather,
in
yellow,
Crete
leather.
stays neatly in my butt.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to HomeWorld. Today's video is a little bit different. We hope you guys had a good holiday season. We're thinking that going forward, that at the end of the year, we're going to start doing these year in review type videos and how we feel about the channel, the decks we built, and most importantly, what you guys care about, the sets that came out. So the first part of this conversation is going to be like what decks we're playing, what decks we upgraded, what decks we built this year, and kind of cards that would be in part two that kind of make their way into decks that we are currently playing. And then the second half of this video, or whatever percentage it is going to be mainly about the sets that came out and cards that we think are important or we want to talk about that we really like from this year. Really appreciate if you guys dropped a comment below with your guys' favorite cards or, just anything in response to this video. And follow us, subscribe. You can find our socials in the link below. So let's open it up. Part one, we're talking about our decks. What did you guys feel about 2025 in terms of decks that you had or decks that you built?
I built some weird stuff.
Yeah, you kind of built out of your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I built Ian Malcolm, which I love. Titus from Final Fantasy, All-Star. And Lightning, Final Fantasy, also an All-Star, needs to be better. A great card. And then Jaws from Secret Lair, and that's easily becoming one of my favorites.
Yeah, that card looks busted. This year, I did a lot of building, but I didn't commit a lot of the ideas to like actual paper. Like I wrote it down. I have the decks built in Architect. Like I built Hope S time like 3 separate times, including like a flavor where it was like an heir apparent Soul Sisters type deck, which was pretty cool. But I didn't ever commit to it. I really like the thing that we're doing on the channel where we're like building per set now, like a commander for the set. I think it's good for the viewers to see the cards when they first get action. And also I think it's kind of fun to have a new reason to build a deck, aside from trying to fill out all the color combinations and stuff, like all 36 or whatever.
I thought the set was this year was pretty good. I built 7 decks this year. Good old me and deck building. We don't really get along that well, but I had the Gitrog Ravenous Ride deck, which is pretty strong. It was super fun to build. That was like my strong deck I wanted to build for this year. Then I just had some fun. I just played Tanook, Steadfast Second from me and the Fraternity, the 2 Spiderman decks, which suck. And then the Genova deck, which from Final Fantasy, which I did not play any of, but TK told me that I should build a Genova deck, and I did. And it was pretty cool. And then then we had the Avatar set. So I built Fire Lord Ozula and Qatar the Fearless. So that was kind of just my decks this year. I didn't really do any upgrades? I might have upgraded Sephiroth of the Hidden Ways. I think I might have upgraded that one. I might have added a couple cards here and there, but nothing too crazy on the upgrades this year.
I thought it was a pretty good year for like archetypes that I had been wanting to build. So I think like now that the dust is settled and we see what is really strong, I go back and I build some of the things. Like I really like the idea of discard. I was kind of upset that TK got Green Goblin over me for our Spider-Man video, but I have other options, Tiny Bones, or Kefka, to play that type. And also land destruction, like self land destruction and Jund is a really big thing. I've been thinking about building out Tanook, specifically the Gruul Tanook, landfall, get deal 1 damage.
Memorial Ensign, I think it's called. Tanook Memorial Ensign.
Yeah, like I think there was some cool support for some archetypes that I have yet to build. It feels like at the very beginning of the year, I was building beginning/middle. I was building a lot of like turn sideways decks. Like I built Yidris this year. I have to pull up my list, but I built a lot of like turn sideways stuff. I finally did. I need to put it back on the channel, but I did power down Narset. Narset. Won't get into it, but there is a new Narset. I replaced like 20 cards. I'll probably play it in 2026. I think my Zuko deck ended up being pretty fun. I don't know. I don't really build Mardu. You guys played against it. What did you think?
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good deck. I thought
Yeah, Zuko definitely does his
yeah,
job.
yeah, Zuko definitely does what it needs to do. It's fun because you get to work with the exile mechanic of Magic, which is fun. I love exile. Being able to play things from exile in Magic is super fun. But yeah, the Zuko deck was good. Hopefully, we'll see more.
Yeah. I really liked your Azorius Spiderman deck, the stun counters one. I didn't realize that stun counters had such like a prolific like breadth across Magic.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. It gets a lot of value, but it just I feel like it's the pilot. I don't think I probably didn't pilot it correctly, but I also probably didn't get the draws I needed from playing it. But it was definitely fun to play. Like it's something different, And with some of the cards that came out of Avatar, like there are some things that give stun counters, like the Rowdy Snowballers. It's 2 in a blue, comes in, it taps a target creature and stuns it. So there you go, some stun mechanics for Sensational Spider-Man. But I did build another one, the Iron Spider-Man Stark Upgrade, which I have not played on the channel. It's like my jank deck. It's a deck that just plays artifacts. It does nothing else. Like it just plays artifacts and it just pumps them up, and then you just one big swing and he kills somebody. It's kind of all it does. It doesn't really do that much. But I thought it was fun. I pulled that one and I really wanted to try it, so I thought that was cool. But other than that, I thought the year was pretty good in terms of decks that I built. But I know for a fact going into 2026, my deck building mindset is going to be very different. I'm leaning more towards cutting counter spells and playing a crap ton more of just spot removal. Because I feel like there's a lot of games we play where it's like, that's a problem, that's a problem, that's a problem, that's a problem. But I think if you have the cards in your hand that can get rid of that problem and you can play it when it's beneficial for you, it makes the game so much better than just countering the spell willy-nilly. But maybe sometimes you can't do it because you don't have the counter spell in your hand, or it's one of those fierce guardianships that doesn't kill a creature, doesn't counter a creature, and you need to get rid of that creature that comes in. So playing more spot removals for permanents, removal for permanents is what I'm going to be leaning more towards going into 2026.
I've found myself playing like having a kind of an opposite belief. Like when I built Yidris, I knew when I built that deck that I don't give a fuck what other people are doing because I'm going to be the arch enemy if I get 2 turns uninterrupted. So I find myself taking out a lot of spot removal pieces and leaning more on just like recurable removal effects. Like one of the ones I like to talk about a lot is Gruul Rage Beast. Like I think that's really, really good. Like the just have a shit fight when it enters is so strong. Or like just have like wipe type effects. Like asymmetric and how it deals damage. So I found myself indexing out of spot removal and adding more asymmetric effects, but in turn, because they're usually higher mana cost creatures or mana cost cards, taking out some of my top end. Because like I don't really care, about saving the mana casting Swords to Plowshares, but like running shit like running Mask Calcify in like my mono white deck was like an auto include, and that's where I started really like coming into that philosophy on it.
Also playing a little bit more graveyard hate, I think.
Oh, I'm just finding new ways to hit y'all harder.
Yeah, and also like I feel like we played a good amount of like I'm gonna hit you commanders, like games that just like you die off of combat. Not saying that I played that, but I was playing against it a lot. Like people just swinging at you like willy nilly. Maybe playing some more. Maybe playing a fog. Put in the fogs in your deck. I think I put darkness in Genova or not Geneva, Genova. I put darkness in Genova. after the first time I played it, because I was like, I just died because I had 2 creatures that were scary, and then I just died because someone just killed me outright because they had 5 creatures and I had no blockers. If I had one type of something to just darkness to stop combat damage, I can win the next turn. So I think like fogs and like, you know, or like if you play Boros, you can play, is it Boros? So you can play one of my favorite cards, Deflecting Palm.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, Deflecting Palm is so good.
I think it's funny that you and I are having opposite opinions, because I find myself on the other end of the spectrum where I was like, I need to start putting in cards that say damage can't be prevented.
Oh yeah.
I run Sunspire Links in my Alexios deck, and just because of that game where I hit the mythical through line when we played that Nekuzar game, where it was like, oh, I can't deal damage, but I have Shield Dread that makes people lose life, and then there was you can't like lose life, and then I had to bring back Nekuzar. It was just like, it was this weird like through line of like multiple pingers that I had to go through. But I agree, in 2026 I'm kind of leaning more towards like non-traditional win cons. Like, I want to be able to shoot people with Aetherflux Reservoir. That's always fun. I think that's a really fun card for the table. Just different ways to win. Magic's such a big, beautiful game.
Evasion pieces is something I've looked towards a lot recently. And more combat tricks. I love my combat tricks.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you find the far and few in between, and you're like, oh, that actually is really good in this situation. So,
do we got anything else?
I think that's it for decks. I think that's all I got for my decks. But this was a very spicy year in terms of set releases for Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was a pretty spicy year. It started out the year a little slow, though. We had Innistrad Remastered.
What's that?
It's just a master set of just cards from Innistrad, basically.
Wait, that came out. That I thought, what? That's a real thing?
Yeah, it came out in January.
Yeah.
What?
Are you trolling right now?
Oh yeah, I'm trolling. Okay. Man. That set was so troll. That set was so useless. Like I don't remember.
I mean, all I really got to say is I like these 2 arts. I'll add them on.
Yeah, the arts were cool. It was just reprint. I mean, whatever. It was just like I think it was like a filler thing. I think they didn't have anything. They just threw that in there for that year.
Ravnica, when they did Ravnica Remastered, I had a lot of fun drafting that, but I did not.
Yeah, well, because Ravnica is just a better play than Innistrad.
But I think moving on, I think we can just move past Innistrad Remastered. We can go to Aetherdrift. Shout out Jin from On the Stack.
On the Stack, my boy Jin. He loves that set.
Go check our collab video with them. But it's weird that was the set that he got into Magic on, when a lot of people seemed really sour on the set.
Yeah, I mean it was interesting. I mean, I got into Magic in the D&D set, the Forgotten Realms, which I know probably wasn't really. I don't really know if people like that set or not, but that's the set I got into Magic. And that set, I mean, Zephyrs of the Hidden Ways is my favorite commander to play. That commander is so much fun. That whole dungeon mechanic, I love it. But
I told him to buy that set or that deck.
Yes, you did. Yes, yeah, you did tell me to buy that set. But for Aetherdrift, it was like, I don't know, man. Aetherdrift was like this set that just didn't have any spark to it. You see what I did there? See what I did there? Spark, get it?
Are you going to talk about the Aether Spark now?
Yeah, come on, guys, come on, man. I try to make a joke and it just fails.
No, it hit.
I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later.
No, we gotta finish the pod.
I was gonna say, actually, there is a spark in it. An Aether Spark.
Yeah.
I like that Aether Spark is like conditional card draw. I find myself when I'm building outside of like green blue, it's very hard to get cards. So getting rewarded for taking normal game actions that I normally have to do feels pretty good. But I just like drawing cards.
I just wasn't a big fan of Aetherdrift, but Aetherdrift did have some good cards in it. You know, it had the monuments, the discard monument, which is very good. TK played it in the Green Goblin deck. Stock Up destroyed was so insane in Standard, if you guys remember. Yeah. Stock Up is such a good card.
Color?
Yeah, Green Pelican is also a good card. And then there was
I mean, I feel like we're skipping over Monument to Endurance. Like, this card is such a good engine, and like realistically, if you have like a pop off, if you have like the setup for it, you get these 3 effects 4 times in a rotation.
Yeah, it's really
that's pretty
great.
good. That's pretty good.
Custom, honestly.
I mean, TK did it to us in the game. Yeah, he
Yeah.
kind of just went off with the monument. The monument is, I think, what killed us in the end.
Yeah. I mean,
'Cause
it's
you
just
had-
too
I
much.
think-
That's what's like. It's so much value.
Yeah, because he had the monument with the psychic frog, I think,
And the
just,
river
yeah.
kelpie.
and the river, and
Yeah.
just kept discarding and then refilling his hand, discarding, refilling it, and then the monument just took us out.
And Captain Howler, he had that as like a pump.
Captain Howler was Aetherdrift?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
I forgot. Too many sets.
I don't know. Add more sharks,
I still
dude.
think it's the best card in Aetherdrift. I think it's the most interesting card, and it's good. I just think there's a bunch of ways you can do it.
I thought max speed was pretty good, pretty cool. It was like a interesting way to like gate power to be like later in the game, but I think the problem is like it's definitely made for like the lower brackets for games that go longer, and like so I think that's why we passed over it and why Jin liked it so much is because to him, like, he didn't have like a gauge of like this is conjecture, by the way. I have no idea what he knows about Magic, but like to like a new player that just starts playing, I assume they don't know how strong a Magic card can be. And if I told you that like anywhere between 1 and 4 go rounds, like this card will become a lot stronger, like you're just like, oh whoa, that's so cool. Whereas like I don't really care.
It's like that famous meme where it's like, "Oh no, there's Animar, Soul of the Element." Someone's like, "Huh, what a commander! What a beginner deck!" And then someone's like, "Grand," and then you're like, "Oh my god, not Grand."
True. Everybody always has
I mean,
an animal card.
I mean, just to end on Aetherdrift is, I think we shit on Aetherdrift a lot, but if you look at the legends from Aetherdrift, Speed Demon's pretty cool. Ketrabos, Asheton, he is a CDH commander, right?
Yes.
If you watch, I've watched. I think I forgot the channel. If I remember, I'll tell Matt.
So have you ever watched Solo Leveling? Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then you see Asheton just go off. It's just like the legends were good. I just feel like I think it just didn't come out with the push that it needed for it to be popular, and I don't like the plane.
It's
I
crazy.
I think they messed up the Kaldesh plane. They kind of messed it up in my opinion, but
It's crazy that with that Hashaton that you're able to put those like your win pieces onto the stack. But it's like really narrow. Like you have to do it with Leveler, right? Like you have to do Leveler Thoracle. One last thing I wanted to mention about Aetherdrift from my list is Riptide Gearhulk. It's a pretty sick card. Double strike prowess. It's a 2/6 or 2/5 or something. And then whenever he enters, you can exile or you can put a non-land permanent from your opponent's field onto the like third from the top in their library. Pretty fucking good removal, especially in blue-white link colors. It's kind of what I was getting at when I was saying earlier that like finding removal engines that I can recur effects on is a lot better to me than running spot removal. Just because it's a lot more instances that I can compact into less deck spaces.
Good point. I mean, that's why I was mentioning like Ravenous Chupacabra and stuff like that, because ways to make copies are myriad. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
and then the set after Aetherdrift,
Yeah.
we
Speaking
decided
of
to go. Where did we go?
Ravenous Chupacabra, we went to Tarkir Dragonstorm next, and I have always wanted to run fucking Mardu Siegebreaker, man. This card looks so cool to me, and like you slap a Ravenous Chupacabra on there, a Solemn Simulacrum, like any of these cool ETBs or dies type effects, like just goes so well, like with the Mardu Siegebreaker. You put a like Ravenous Chupacabra on underneath that thing, and then you go to swing with it, and then you get 3 Ravenous Chupacabras, knock down 3 things. That's a removal engine if I've ever seen it.
Tarkir was really was really good. I love Tarkir. I thought Tarkir was a breath of fresh air. Coming off of Aetherdrift and whatever the other one, Innistrad, I guess that came out. I don't know. I think you guys are trolling it, but it's just that Tarkir was like that set that just came out of nowhere, and it was like, damn, this is cool. Like these dragons are cool to play. But again, I also don't feel like it didn't break. It didn't really break Commander. It kind of broke standard with Corey Steelcutter. Good card.
Good card.
But it got banned, so that's how it was a good card. But it was just a good set. Like I thought the art was awesome. I bought a lot of the set, which is kind of crazy because I don't really buy sets if I don't really care for them, I won't buy them. But that set I really liked.
What the fuck do you mean? You're supposed to buy every set.
No, that's false.
How are the shareholders ever going to buy another
They'll be
house?
fine. They'll be fine.
They're going to eat.
They'll be fine. I think they'll be okay.
Think of the shareholders.
But Tarkir was cool. I thought the Ugin from Tarkir.
Yeah.
Dang, that Ugin is good.
I think it's funny that like Tarkir came out and like the things that I like out of Tarkir are nothing that really helps my Dragon deck. Like
Jasper?
Yeah, like Draco Genesis you would think would be cool, and I'm like, I don't think it's worth the deck spot. Mox Jasper, kind of the same. It's like it doesn't really help me early, but it will help me like late in that deck. I don't know. I haven't really upgraded my Dragon deck because I still think it's at a good spot. And I don't want to go through the mental agony of having to cut cards is really the thing. I found myself, because I've been brewing the Archimanderite, I found myself leaning more into Monk Tribal, which is like, it's nice that we have the ability to make Monk creature tokens. And it's like, I'm not joking. I think there's probably like 12 total cards that say make a Monk creature token. And like 4 of them are from this set. And then that's like across the entire history of Magic. And everything else is like do a backflip and then show your balls on cam and then pay 2 mana and then you get to make a Monk's creature token. Like they're dog shit old cards.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That was the original Aetherdrift. Or Tarkir.
Yeah.
Nowhere else has really been monks.
The will cards. So you know how they have like the class cards, like the Mardu card, like Will of the Mardu, and then they have Will, like. Then they had one where it's I think it's the Tamir one. Oh, Tamir. What's that Tamir lady's name?
The alternate commander, Eshki?
Eshki, there it is, Eshki. That card is insane.
Yeah. The voice of Roar of Tamir or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the card is good.
Yeah, Eshki's really, really good. I'm a big fan of that one. I just thought Tarkir was sick, man. I mean, Tarkir was so good.
Damn.
We go from Aetherdrift to Tarkir. Like, come on. We all know what's better.
Also, there's that one equipment, the Dragonfire Blade or something.
Mono, protected from monocolored, yeah. That one's good.
Yeah, Dragonfire Blade. I fucking love this card. I found it when I was building Yidris, and I was like, oh, so it's a free equip cost on a 4 or higher color commander, and then you also get protection from monocolored, which is like most spot removal, or like at least a lot of spot removal. So that was a big one for me. Also,
but good set. The precons that came out of this set were pretty good. I played the Shiko and Narset one. It was the one that had like the flurry one where it's like you cast your second spell.
Yeah.
It either copies it. If it targets something, copy it. If not, draw a card. Really fun to play, but a little low. And so I basically just tore that apart and took some of the cards out, put it in Azula, and I just have an Azula deck now for it. But it was good. I did like it. And I did like how they added in the pre-con, they gave you the full art foiled commander. That was good. I thought that was a good little change they did.
They started doing that in Outlaws, and I think it's one of the best.
Mm-hmm. Tarkir, good set. Tarkir, good set.
I really like the flurry mechanic they had. Anything that incentivizes you to play on other people's turns is pretty good. I think that's the way that Magic should be played, with like all 4 people actively like participating in the game. Like the things that I really don't like when I play Magic with people, I mean, it's everybody's game, right? But the games that I find the most fun are where everyone's like most involved and like one player doesn't get up to smoke a cigarette for 3 turns, and then come back and just continue to add their disgusting greed pile. You know who you are. I didn't make up a guy. That's a guy that I actually play with.
This guy.
Hope you're doing well, bud. The only thing I have left about Tarkir Dragonstorm is if you have a good Betor, however you say his name, Betor can do all, the one that cares about toughness, and you deal damage if you have 40 or more total toughness. If you have a stacks version of that deck, send it to me. I really want to build that.
Just be like, oh, Ace back. His computer stopped shit in the bed. He's back. Final Fantasy time.
Just all right, well, there you go. You just did it.
Oh.
So
well, I didn't play Final Fantasy, so this is not a me thing. It's not that I was not a fan of Final Fantasy. I just didn't understand Final Fantasy. So I didn't draft this set. I didn't play this set. I just didn't do nothing with it. I didn't care.
What do you mean didn't understand Final Fantasy?
No, like I understood. Okay, like I didn't understand like all the hype of Final Fantasy. Like I just don't understand the hype. Like maybe it's just a nostalgia thing because it's an old game. It's an oldish game. But it's cool. I play Final Fantasy online. Well, Final Fantasy 14 online. That's the majority of the Final Fantasy I ever played. But I did play some of it like a couple months ago when it was in Arena, and it was fun. Definitely a fun set. So, but I didn't understand the hype.
I think it's got some cool ideas. There's definitely some really OP cards.
Don't get me wrong. It's a good set. It's a good set. Don't get me wrong. It's just not for me.
I really like the saga creatures. Like I think that's a cool way to push the upside of cards. Like I know recently Wizards has been removing downsides from cards and just flat out making them like all upside, and like you're not really having a give and a take, except for like red kind of. But I think the saga creatures are a good step in the right design direction. The only thing I really interacted with out of Final Fantasy, because this is around the time that we started the channel, I think it was right after Final Fantasy released, is when we finally uploaded our first video and we like got all the kinks ironed out on like recording. So the only real card that I had played with was the Sephiroth. I really like that Sephiroth specifically.
Did you play Sephiroth?
Yeah, in the very first video. Remember I swung with a Shadow Spear. That was in
yes. No, the Shadow Spear one was was it? No, I thought the Shadow Spear one was. Yeah, you're probably right.
But I think that's pretty cool. I never really liked Blood Artist, and it seems like 3 CMC is like right at like this like threshold where they're willing to start give like real game changing effects to cards. Plus he draws you cards and he has a flip side, which is really sick. Other than that though, I've been looking at building this melee Tifa. I didn't realize the interaction between like double strike and like hitting 3 people. For those that don't know, with the melee Tifa, if it's your first combat step, for each opponent you deal damage to, you get an extra combat phase. But if you have double strike, it's 2 per person you hit. So you can have 6 extra combats, not including the first one that you take. And your shit untaps for each one. So I don't know. That's probably something I'm going to be into. I know I was saying I wanted to do alternate win cons in 2026, but I think we have to go back to the fucking beatdown one more time.
Nikki, how'd you like Final Fantasy?
I loved it. I mean, Final Fantasy's always been nostalgic for me. I mean, I played as a kid growing all the way up. So as soon as I saw the Titus pre-con, I was all about it. And I mean, the set, I think, hit every mark in the sense of like tribals, deck types, things you can do, introduced a few new things. Like, because it didn't really have its own mechanic outside of like hero select. But outside of that, I mean, I think it, the market on it was crazy, and Wizards made a lot of money.
They made a ton of money, but
it's a great set. Fantastic set.
I think it was pretty cool for a collector too. Like, I know there's a ton of different product that you can buy for it, but like all the different types of the cards, like the chocobos, for example, I thought the chocobos were really cool. It's always cool seeing the parallel cards being chase cards, but I don't know. I think it was a pretty good set. It might be one that I have to revisit. There's definitely some really cool legends in there. But speaking of legends, we got to talk about the precon that had 16 or some shit legends in it. What is this precon? Edge of Eternities. We're opening up with Hearthhole.
Core molded it. That's crazy.
We're opening up with Hearthhole.
Hearthhole.
The World Seed. This deck is probably the strongest precon I've ever played against. Like out of the box precon. Technically, if you're metagaming the bracket system, it's a bracket 4. But that's a whole other video. But I really like all the land destruction support it gave in this set. I think land destruction is really cool. I think even land pinging, like destroying other people's lands, it's valid, right? Like Decimate's a good card. I love running Decimate.
Decimate's good.
I got Decimate
Decimate was in that precon. It might have been, but the precons that Wizards have been putting out are crazy, man. Like you go from this Edge of Eternity one to the Final Fantasy precons, which were just crazy in terms of in terms of power level and value. It was really good. Edge of Eternity was good. Again, I didn't really play a lot of this set. It's one of those sets that was really cool. I thought the lands were sick. I still don't know how I feel about Station. I still don't know how I feel about that. Station is kind of like a what if thing. I think TK likes Station, but
Station's okay. It's a little awkward for the sorcery speed.
Yeah. Yes, the sorcery speed is annoying with Station.
Yeah.
It's just awkward.
It's just weird.
It was I think it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about like how strong the precons are, or like how strong they're making precons. Because one of the things that was nice when you would buy like a precon, like in 2020 or something like that, was like you knew when you bought it and got home, there was 20 cards you could immediately throw in the trash, and like you would have 20 deck spots to like play with.
Now it's like, what do I cut?
Yeah, it's like they probably have a fucking better idea than I do. I don't know. It's one of those things that needs repetition.
I mean, Edge of Eternity was good. I mean, I played a Tanuk, Steadfast second. That commander is just fun, man. That is a fun commander to play. The warp mechanic is so sick. I'm a big fan of that one. You can one shot somebody very easily.
With Blightsteel, right?
With Blightsteel, yeah. You warp in Blightsteel on like as fast as turn 3, and it just one shots you, which I could have done in the video, which we'll link, but I did not do that. So, but you know, Edge of Eternity, good set.
Yeah,
that was a great set.
What cards do you think are pretty cool out of that set? Like, I know we got a lot of land destruction cards, like Aftermath Analyst, Ice Till Explorer.
Ice Till Explorer is pretty good. That card's so sick, and like it's so good in just what it does on face value. It does so much on one card. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Terra Symbiosis, another good one.
Terra Symbiosis is disgusting. Green got so much love on that set. Like, I have a Lumra deck that I've been playing on stream. You can check us on Tuesdays. That's CEDH, and it's literally all the good green cards from fucking Edge of Eternities. I don't know how well it'll do at the tournament in January. I don't even know if it's going to be what I play. It's got Famished World Sire in there, which is the card that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, that card is insanely good.
It's pretty fucking cool.
It is a pretty cool card. But it's playable, but it's whatever.
Because that's one of the things I had a landfall deck prior that like it really felt like eventually you start scraping the bottom of the barrel for getting lands out of your deck and onto the field. But like the solution that Wizards is now saying is you just put them in your graveyard and then you can play them again, and there you go. There's your lands.
Yeah, but that's why you gotta put some graveyard hate. Time to play Tormod's Crypt, guys.
No,
0 cost artifact. Exile all graveyards.
You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta do that. Speaking of graveyards, sets that are dead, Marvel Spider-Man.
Oh man, that poor
that
Marvel Spider-Man set. Yeah, that was good. That poor Marvel Spider-Man set. Holy moly.
Yeah.
I feel like Green Goblin was like the only thing that was good at that set. Maybe Eddie Brock, Venom.
Spider Sense is great.
Spider Sense.
Yeah.
Imposter Syndrome's pretty good.
Stifle.
But you know, but man, I can't believe we're not going to talk about City Pigeon. That card is so good, dude.
All right. Well, that was it, guys. Thanks for watching. No, I'm kidding.
No,
Yeah,
but,
May,
yeah,
MVP.
yeah, City Pigeon's so good. I'm just kidding. But the Spider-Man set I think had problems because it's just like I thought that it was fine. Like people make such a big deal about it. Like, oh, it doesn't fit Magic. I mean, we're in New York City. I mean, like, who cares, man? My problem with it was that the set just felt so rushed. Like it just didn't feel complete. Like
It was so
something was
small
wrong.
too.
And it was so small, and I don't know. There was just too many Spider-Mans, like too many.
Too many, and it didn't feel like they stuck with a direction. Like I feel like when you look at Edge of Eternities, it was like big into like land destruction, right? But I couldn't tell you what they did in Spider-Man.
Like,
That is like their
why is there
central
so
through
many
line.
Spider-Mans? Like, if you think go back to like Lord of the Rings, there was like what 2 Aragorns,
Yeah,
like just 2 Aragorns, but there was like 80 different Spider-Mans. Like, what is this? Like, there's too many.
I swear they were making up Spider-Mans. I mean, I don't watch Spider-Man or anything like that. I think the last one I watched was like the Tobey Maguire one. I'm kind of dating myself, but like, but like Spider-Man India, like Spider-Man 2077, they're just making these dudes up.
And I think what was confusing was that I drafted a lot of this set in through the Omen Path, and man, the cards through the Omen Path really messed me up when I was trying to play paper Spider-Man. It just messed me up because I'm like, I don't know what this card, because the art's different, the name is different. It's just like it kind of ruined the immersion for me for Spider-Man. Like I didn't feel like I was playing a Spider-Man set. It's probably because it's licensing and all that stuff, but I just feel like if it was that problem, they shouldn't have put it in Arena.
Just give us Flame.
Yeah, give us Flame.
Just give us Flame.
Eddie Brock, All-Star card, and Henzi. 2026, I promise I'll play more Henzi games. I talk about how I love playing Henzi, but I don't ever play it.
Spider-Man, mess set, not that great. Kind of bad.
You know, in the original recording, we talked about Spider-Man for, I think, 15 seconds.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. We had a lot to say about
We just started spewing how bad it is, so we're not going to be that negative this time.
Yeah. No, it was 15 seconds. Transition.
All right, so you know how in Spider-Man we were like shooting web. This time we're fucking bending the elements.
Okay, that's good enough.
Yeah, is that good enough?
Yeah. I think
we went from shooting web to bending elements.
I love Avatar. This is how you do...
That was funny. That was funny. Okay, man, just go, man. Just go.
This is how you do a Universes Beyond set correctly. And I hope they take some good notes from this set, because like I am so ready to go online and be like, the TMNT set sucks, don't ever do this again. As soon as like the TMNT set hits. Just kidding. Wizards, if you sponsor us, I'll edit that part out. But the Avatar set was so cool, dude. I thought all of the bendings were like mechanically unique and interesting. And I think that's kind of where it picked up where Spider-Man fell off, is like all of the bendings and all of the cards kind of fit within one of the 4 bendings, or like one of the 4 things the bendings wanted to do. And then there's kind of like sub themes of that, whereas like Spider-Man was just like, yeah, we got anti-venom. You hit him and he gets bigger. And then,
web slinging was a joke.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
You thought web slinging was good?
Yeah, there's certain cards that I think obviously it's great in, like the Spider Sense, dude. It's a stifle that you can web sling. So you get more ETB tricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can do that with airbending now.
Yeah, but I think it's better than airbending. One is cheaper in most cases.
I like airbending. I think
airbending is good. I just like, because airbending's hard to do at instant speed without another card. While web slinging, there are ways. It ultimately makes things cheaper. I think there's like 7 drops and like 5 drops that web sling for like 3.
Yeah,
it's like the Mayhem mechanic. I think Mayhem is probably the best thing to come out of the set.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's from Spider-Man. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Mayhem is pretty cool. Kind of remind me of like updated badness.
Yeah, Madness hasn't gotten love in a long time.
Yeah, but it's like Madness 2.0. But
I like when they
I mean-
have mechanics that fit back into like old similar mechanics, like Madness and Mayhem, like both kind of coinciding together. I think that's pretty cool.
But I mean, Avatar was like, I loved Avatar. I loved drafting it. I made 2 Avatar commanders. I'm about to make a 3rd one. I think they're super fun. I love them. So I love that whole set so much. But it does, of course, have its problems. And the big thing for me, with these Universes Beyond kind of sets, now it's the bending. We're never getting bending ever again, right? So like, where is this going to be good in the long end term of Magic? Like how good is airbending? Like the instant airbending student or whatever airbending, where like you cast it and then you can airbend a target. How is that going to work good later in the years for Magic? No, because they're not going to be able to reprint that. What is that? Does nothing.
Not
That
till
doesn't make
Korra.
sense.
And then we got the Legend of Korra, and then
Korra!
we got the story of Yakub. Well, that's going to be the
Sorry,
third series.
But
The final
I
book.
loved it. I thought Avatar set was cool, but please, Wizards full
To a
of
land
you
down
gotta
under.
stop with the screenshot cards, man. You gotta stop with those. Please stop.
Yeah,
Never again.
I want to put Cool
Never again
Tutor.
do that, please.
I'm putting
Never
Cool Tutor
again,
up
please.
on fucking screen. Like this one card ruined pretty much all the other stuff. Because I thought it was cool that like in like a pack you could technically see like a screenshot of the actual show and then like the artist drawing the same character. I thought that was cool. And then I saw Cruel Tutor. Never again.
Look what they did with Day of
Black Sun.
what's that? Black Sun in that art. Did they put it on a different card?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like didn't they reprint that on a different card and then they use the same image for that card? I could be tripping, I don't know, but whatever. But good set.
I like so I played Zuko, and I still play Zuko. I have a lot of fun playing him. I really wanted to start trying out Mardu, and I think it was a good way to dip my toes in. I play with a lot of people that are kind of newer, so like having Exile be my card draw is pretty cool because I could kind of play with my hands up, or like my hand up, and like kind of explain my thought process to them. But the real thing that I really like about Zuko is the fire bending. Like I like this direction that they're taking with red being like this like impulse mana. It's really cool. There's already a lot of support for it. And there's a lot of cool decisions you make in deck building. Like, do I keep it? Do I add flash support? Do I index into instants? Like, I think that's really cool, and it provides such a big space for them to add more support to red, because prior to this, I like at the beginning of the year, I was thinking like red is probably the weakest color, like outside of Underworld Breach and Jessica's Will. Like I don't really see like what power cards are in red. And I really felt that like red's only purpose was to make treasure tokens. Like, and now I'm at a point where I think that red has a really cool design space. Like they did a really good job with red this year between Tanook and between the like the Gruul cards they put in Edge of Eternities. Dragons are usually pretty red as well. And then firebending, I think it was just a really good year to be a red player.
That enchantment, they Avatar faded firepower, flash X red.
Yeah.
Where like it comes in, you pay X red, and then any time it like you deal a source will deal damage, it deals X amount extra or something like that.
Yeah.
Good card.
Yeah.
But Avatar's Wrath, in my opinion, is probably one of the best cards to come out of that set.
Oh yeah.
Avatar Wrath is super good.
Buys you like a whole turn of breathing room, right?
Yeah, because you play it it's 2 in white, and then you play it, and you airbend one target, and then all non-land permanents get bounced, and then it gets airbend, and then you can play 2 to cast them again. But your opponents can't cast anything that's not from their hand for one whole turn.
Really good.
Yeah, so you get to rebuild before anybody else can, right? And it's just like it's a really good card. I feel like it's one of those cards that can be like a game ender, in a sense. But we'll see how I haven't seen it played, so we have to see how it plays in like in an environment.
Until you don't kill everybody, and then they get their shit back the turn after, and then hit the shit out of you.
Yeah, because everything's cheaper. Remember, like if you play
it's
like
2
an
mana.
8 cost, it's 2 costs. Yeah, it's 2 now. So
Do they go through summoning sickness? Is it technically casting, or is it just flipping?
yeah, it's casting. It's casting.
Okay, so they have summoning sickness.
Yeah, but remember, you're casting from exile. So like if you need kind of like if like you played, I don't know. I like using Prosper as like the thing. You play Prosper first, and then you play all your stuff that got exiled, airbended. It's casting from exile, so you're getting all the triggers from there too. So
You could probably
That's
bring that
pretty
down with like Zedora or whatever, the one that makes your activated abilities cost less.
yeah, probably yeah.
Um,
But yeah, that's Avatar.
One card
Pretty
out of that
good.
set that I'm still looking to build as a commander is the Rise of Sozin. I think that card is just like, it's a bomb whenever you drop it. It fills its graveyard for you. You get to look at people's hand, and then like the ability to play out of other people's graveyards is always really fun. Like I always refer to Ancient Brass Dragon as like one of my personal all-star cards. I love that card. It's always a bomb in my deck because it's like the ability to rifle through other people's graveyards too just sends it over the top, because a lot of the times you can find what you need in like prolonged games in other people's graveyards. Also, any reason to run Mesmeric Orb in a deck, that's like anytime I play any sort of graveyard, I run Mesmeric Orb just because it's funny. It pisses people off. It draws a removal, but
You got also like they had Washitong, Librarian, insane, and then the Planetarium of Washitong, the Scry one. Man, that thing is OP.
well, they got so many incidental card draw cards, just like you exist, and blue draws cards like Polywog Prodigy last year, the year before that. Then we get fucking Fairy Mastermind, and now we got Washington. It's just like it's an arms race. Like blue is the motherfuckers that skip gym class, dude. They should not be able to hit like that.
Because like why that card is so good is like you could play that card for just blue, like 2 blue. You could play blue, and it's still good, right?
Yeah,
Like it's a good value card for 2 blue, right? But then you throw more into X, it just becomes an exponentially better card. But it just does so much that it's crazy how good that card is. Now I do think that card's better in CDH than it is probably like in normal casual games, but because everyone's looking through the library.
so wrapping it up, what do you guys think is your favorite set and your honorable mention? Honorable mention doesn't necessarily need to be second place. It could just be a set that you thought was really cool that deserves a shout out, even though it didn't win first.
Final Fantasy. Second is Edge of Eternity.
Why is that?
Because I think it was just cool, man. I mean, the one, they did too much for green, which obviously is
Green, I think we all know Green won this year again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Green is just crazy
I
good,
mean,
man.
just made every landfall deck that much worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Boone is making a comeback in Naya, by the way.
I feel like
Everywhere.
now when you play Landfall, you have to do some sort of like graveyard recursion for your land.
Yeah,
Abe, what about
I
you?
think so. My set was actually I really loved Avatar. Avatar is for me is my favorite set. This set is just so cool, man. I like everything from like the card art besides the photo ones. The others are really cool. The mechanics are sick. I like the air bending. Water bending is a little meh. But earth bending is so disgusting. Guys seen that Toph player? We ain't gonna have that one.
Yeah.
But fire bending is also pretty cool. And I'm making the Zula deck like full real cards and getting every real card for it and making it fancy because I actually really like that deck. So
We only play real cards, by the way.
yeah, okay. Let's start 2026 on the line. Okay, good. Don't look at my print in the background.
That's all magic is, bro, is lying to your friends.
But second honorable mention, I thought Tarkir was super fun. I loved the card art in Tarkir. I thought it was just a fun set to play. Edge of Eternity is definitely fantastic. Like that set is insanely good. And I think we all can agree that Spiderman was probably the worst set ever. So
I don't know about ever, but yeah.
no, I mean for the year. Like it was kind of crazy though. We're saying that that's the worst of the year, but we had the year of Innistrad Remastered.
Yeah.
Is it better than Innistrad Remastered?
I don't know. I'm not unk enough at this game to think that to be like
No,
that
it's
nostalgic about Innistrad.
The problem is like I already own most of Innistrad, Like, there's no reason for me to buy it. Like, I have the Crater. I just think that it's like a full set of reprints.
It's a bunch of reprints.
Yeah,
Or whatever. Foundations, core set, something that's not base. I don't think it should just be.
I just, I think to piggyback off of what you're saying is like, I feel like Innistrad was like that set that just didn't, like, we went back to Innistrad, but it just was so fast because it came out in January and then Aetherdrift came out in February. It was like, boom, boom. Like, we didn't have time to like really think of that set to be good, right? And I mean, Innistrad is Innistrad. It's not Ravnica. It's not Dominaria, right? Like when Ravnica remastered, like that's how it was sick, right? Because it gave us some good reprints in the Shocklands. And when we went back to Dominaria had some insanely good cards. It had the Karns, it had a bunch of the fairies and like all that stuff. But Innistrad had what? Egger Markov, and it had a Meteor Massacre reprint, which
it just gave all arts.
It got banned. It got banned as standard, right?
I'm not sure.
Or like
which card?
Meteor Massacre?
No. Yes. The original one did.
The original got banned, right? But it was just new arts, right? And I just felt like that was just kind of like a mess set. What I really hope that does not happen is that does not happen with Lorwyn Eclipse. Like, I hope they give us enough time between the Lord. Oh, they are, right? Because Lorwyn Eclipse, and then it's Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? In March.
Yeah.
So we're getting about like a month and a half of Lorwyn Eclipse.
I mean, yeah. To the Wizards.
Lorwyn's good, man. Lorwyn's good.
Yeah, Lorwyn's going to be cool. I would say for my set of the year is probably Avatar. It might be recency bias, but I just think the 4 different types of bending and like the support that they gave for a lot of things was so cool. It's like a lot of it is plug and play. Like, you can run a lot of earthbending cards in like a landfall deck. I should just build a landfall deck. I've talked about landfall for like 40 minutes of this video.
Play Naya, play a Boon, and so
yeah. I just think it's really cool. I think that like Abe said, the art's really good. And honestly, following up on that, my honorable mention is Edge of Eternities. I like what they've been doing with like, hey, people hate this strategy, so just do it to yourself instead. It's like, instead of going out in public to like jack off in front of strangers, like just do it to yourself in the privacy of your own home, which is how you should be doing it. But they did that with like the annoying fucking
Mr.
strategies.
Backshot Demon over here.
Yeah, Mr. Backshot Demon. That's not me. That's Alexios.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the reprint.
But it's like, but when we say like, how we don't, like, I know we didn't say Final Fantasy, like it's and Matt's and I like top, but that does not mean that Final Fantasy is a bad set. It probably will go down as the best set Magic has put down probably in years, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's just based off just preference. Like, what did you prefer? Since we're not Final Fantasy guys, like doesn't really speak to me, right? I didn't really see it as like a set for me, but it's a good set, very good set, very powerful cards.
Any final thoughts on the year?
Can't wait for the next.
True. And with that, I think that we all have to say thank you all for watching us this year. We started kind of late in the year. I think it was right after Final Fantasy, and as of the recording of this video, I think we're like 315-ish subs, which is pretty big. Pretty good growth for like 2 quarters, I think it was. We appreciate you guys watching our videos and taking the time to comment, subscribe. You guys did the hard part of subscribing. And we hope to have bigger and better videos coming in the future. Make sure to follow us down in the link tree. We have all of our socials. And yeah, thanks for watching us. It means a lot.
Hi guys. Later. It's like Grift's a good card.